Watch out, man, shall I be the forward boy? Red Stripe Premier League champion boy score. Every goal when I run from boy. Red Stripe Premier League champion boy now. Back down we run the marathon boy. The mission never made it the champion boy fan. Now man I done a songsters boy. Red Stripe Premier League champion boy.
We're into the final month of the year. It's December. The teams are getting ready. The goalkeeper's in fine nick. The fans are getting themselves tuned up for Red Stripe Football Mondays. It's Arnett Gardens, 5-time champions, up against Mount Plesant FC, two teams that reached the playoffs last year, and at the moment, top three in the island at the moment. We're expecting a big game at the Tony Spalding Sports Complex tonight. Arnett Gardens looking to follow up on a big win they had midweek over UWI, and Mount Plesant also had a big win in their last outing. A clash here of teams that have been scoring goals in the past week, George.
Oh yes, it's a good time in the season for these two teams to be meeting again. What is true is that nobody will have pre-season blues to talk about, or players coming back late from pre-season as an excuse for their lack of form. Both teams are running very well right now. The engines are purring over nicely, and it should be a good football game with good conditions to support the play on the field tonight.
Yeah, and as far as competition goes, you couldn't ask for a better head-to-head setup here. 4 meetings between these teams so far. 1 Arnett win, 1 Mount Plesant win, and 2 drawn results. So they have a lot to play for tonight. And of course, the number 2 spot at stake, because if Arnett wins tonight by 2 clear goals, they will displace Mount Plesant as a number 2 team.
Absolutely. So, and who would have thought that Arnett Gardens' revival would have been so strong under Alex Thomas? Many people feared the worst when Jerome Waite wasn't here, because the fact is that apart from their first title in 1977,
yes,
no title has come when Jerome Waite has not been on the sideline. So they would have been very happy to see how the team has picked up under Alex Thomas, suggesting that they can go all the way, these junglists.
That's right. There were some midweek matches in the past week here. Round 14 it was. Dunbeholden 1-1 with Humberland. Malines United, their poor form continue with a 1-0 loss to Harbourview. Cavalier 6-1 over Vere United. Portmore beaten 4-1 by Waterhouse in a rematch of last year's final. Mount Pleasant 4-0 over Tivoli Gardens. I told you that Mount Pleasant and Arnett have been scoring goals in the past few days. Arnett 4-2 over UWI.
25 goals in those games, Lance, and that's considering that we didn't have one game played because of a referee's issue. There were a lot of goals on Sunday. Usually it means goals on Monday.
Humberland yesterday, this is match day 15, 1-0 over Malines. 9 matches now without a victory, Malines, after winning their first 6 in the season. Dunbeholden coming up with a victory over Portmore United, beating Portmore for the 2nd time this season, and Dunbeholden doing well. They have won 3 of their last 4 matches. Dunbeholden, the Tivoli Waterhouse game postponed, no goals between Vere and UWI. Cavalier getting a 2-1 victory over Harbourview. 8 goals in their last 2 matches, Cavalier, so they've got their shooting boots on as well. And Arnett and Mount Pleasant getting ready to give us some goals tonight.
And there I was getting ahead of myself. Those 25 goals were the midweek results, and there were 7 on Sunday. Still, goals on Sunday equals goals on Monday.
Yeah, goals certainly in the past week if you combine the 2 match days together. Waterhouse out front by 8 points, George, and looking to be flying like a racehorse in a 5-furlong sprint, dancing away from the field.
Absolutely. So you pointed out during the zone league that between 3rd and 9th there's nothing much in it. Arnett in 3rd on 22 points, Portmore in 9th position on 18 points, 3 points separating them. It's a bang-up thing when you talk about the middle of the table, and those playoff places, men will be fighting for them like water in a desert, lads. I can tell you it's going to be a real keen contest for the positions 3 through 6 in this table at whatever stage you take the snapshot.
Yeah, as I said, head-to-head between these 2 teams, not much to go on here. Mount Pleasant 2-2 with Arnett Gardens back in the first round in September. Earlier on this year, Mount Pleasant 1-0 over Arnett Gardens as they were heading into the playoffs, and there was a 0-0 draw last December between Mount Pleasant and Arnett Gardens. What you're not seeing there was the earlier match last year when Arnett actually got a victory over Mount Pleasant. So the last 4 times these 2 teams have met, 1 Arnett win, 1 Mount Pleasant win, and 2 drawn results.
Yes, indeed. Look, the first game between these 2 teams from all accounts was a very good game. It took a very special goal to get Mount Pleasant a share of the points. I said I'm very happy with the form both teams are coming into this game with, because both teams are flowing really nicely now on both ends. Attacking wise, Arnett are flowing. Defensively, Mount Pleasant are clicking. On the offensive end, Mount Pleasant has been finding the goals which will support their attacking play and giving them victories, while Arnett's defense hasn't always been their forte, because they really don't set out to shut out teams. It's just to outscore teams. I'm expecting a good game tonight when the attacking thrust of Arnett clashes with Mount Pleasant's defensive solidity.
Yeah, that's right. Arnett looking for a victory here at home, a place that has been a fortress for them, but not so much so this season. They've got to find the right balance between attack and defense. Last week, Monday night, it went wrong for them against Tivoli.
The midfield was too easy to play against Tivoli, Lance, and that's why they came out on the wrong end of that 3-1 score with greater coordination in midfield, and most of all, that D-word, discipline. Arnett Gardens can take something from this game, but they're going to have to be switched on right throughout these midfield boys for Alex Thomas's team.
Yes, so Arnett Gardens looking to get their form going here and to build on the 4-2 victory that they had over UWI midweek, and against the Mount Pleasant team that is coming in with a pretty solid starting roster tonight. They've got to be strong, Arnett, because Mount Pleasant are coming here to win.
They had the defensive solidity under Donovan Duki, but what they didn't have was the cutting edge up front. There are signs that this talented attacking unit for Mount Pleasant is starting to earn its corn. The boys in the attacking unit are picking up the slack, complementing what the defense have done for Mount Pleasant since coming to this top flight. And if that continues, they could very well take 3 points tonight, because they're so very difficult to break down to score against Paul Teagat Davis's team.
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing Jordan Fletcher in action tonight, George. We remember the 2016 schoolboy season, champion for Cornwall College in the Acosta Cup, 30 plus goals. A lot thought of him, but
AM rather, ECT. India, the West Indies, and then some basketball action, of course. The Mavericks and the Pelicans, Saturday 2 p.m., 3 p.m. if you're outside of Jamaica. That's on Sportsmax. And another one, the Nets and the Nuggets, the Informed Nuggets, Sportsmax, your destination again, Sunday 3 p.m., 4 p.m. in the Eastern Caribbean.
There's schoolboy football coming up. The Olivia Shield, the Clarendon College champions of the Acosta Cup, up against the Manning Cup champions, Jamaica College. Always one to look out for. 5:30, 6:30 Eastern Caribbean time. That will be on Sportsmax on Saturday. Can't miss it.
I wonder where we're going for ours. Oh, we're going to Stadium East for Cavalier against Humberland. Haven't done a Humberland game so far this season. We have seen Cavalier at Waterhouse, and it takes us to Stadium East Monday 7:30 p.m., 8:30 p.m. Eastern Caribbean time. Sportsmax to your destination next week, Monday.
Yeah, we'll be looking out for that one, because Cavalier have been getting a lot of goals in recent times. They have scored 8 goals in the last 2 matches they've played, and Humberland, along with Mount Pleasant, the best defensive record in the league at the moment. So that's going to be a tough one.
And I did point you that Rudolph Speed told me when I went to watch these teams in the first round at Stadium East that they wouldn't have hit peak fitness until 3-4 weeks deep into the season. I think they're at peak fitness now, Cavalier.
Getting ready for match time here, and the Arnett Gardens team tuning themselves up. There's the Mount Pleasant team also getting ready. There's Ladale Ritchie, national defender and solid player for the Mount Pleasant team. Vishnal Harris, outstanding, gets a starting position tonight, George, and every time Vishnal Harris is in the starting roster for the Arnett Gardens team, you expect a lot of fireworks from midfield. Getting closer to match time. We'll be back with more.
Defender to electrify the crowd. Look at the play. I'm gone.
Here at the Tony Spalding Sports Complex on a night that the fans at the Tony Spalding Sports Complex are hoping that they will not see what they saw last week Monday night, which was a defeat at the hands of arch rivals Tivoli Gardens. Arnett, 5-time champions of the Premier League, as we said, twice in the last 5 years, 2015 and 2017, their first title coming all the way back in 1978, and they finished in the playoff spots last year, but first stop in the playoffs, they were knocked out in the quarterfinal stage.
this is young Rodriguez. Hasn't really impressed me at all. His handling is a little bit dodgy, and he seems to get distracted in games, as we saw in that match against Dunbeholden when he was complaining about an infringement rather than keeping his eyes focused, and the ball passed him for a Dunbeholden goal. He still has to convince me, but guess what? He's young. He has experience at the schoolboy football level. He's in a good unit with players who know this league inside out. He can only be guided the right way. Let's see if Shadim Rodriguez has the wherewithal to benefit from the experience that will be shared with him. Not so for this man, vastly experienced, the most prolific goal scorer in the Premier League over the last 3 seasons, not named Javon East. Excellent with his back to goal, brings other players into the attacking unit very, very well, can find the back of the net. He is a credit to Arnett Gardens and a credit to the RSPL.
Alex Thomas is in charge of the Arnett Gardens team at the moment.
Alex, a disappointing result the last time you played here at home, but you followed that up with a good victory away. What mood is the team in tonight?
The spirit is very high, and we understand the task ahead tonight. It's going to be a tough one, but we're ready and we're prepared. We plan for this one, coming off a victory against UWI, so the confidence level is up,
In terms of the defensive play and the contribution of the midfielders on the defensive end, that wasn't so good against Tivoli. How did you correct that in midweek, and what's the plan to continue that improvement tonight?
Against Tivoli it wasn't that good, and we corrected it against UWI. The main thing is to stay organized, stay organized for the entire game, and stay compact and stay organized as a team, and both defensively and attacking.
It's a contrast of games we have to compare, because against Tivoli the offense created chances but scored 1 goal. Against UWI you had a sizable contribution from them. What is the reason for the inconsistency up front, you believe?
The main thing is we have to concentrate, keep our concentration level up. We always fell down in the 78th minute, but we're fixing it, game in game, training by training, fixing it, and we're getting better each game.
Fabian Reid, as we noted, has sparked the attack to life. He had an off night against Tivoli. I guess he had a better game against UWI. But as an attacking unit, all of the boys were part of the attacking unit. How do you rate their overall contribution so far?
Overall contribution is very good, and we are not. I know these boys, at game times, we will score, but it's to protect the back end of the field, the defensive side. But we're ready. This game is going to be a tough one, and we know we're going to score goals tonight.
Mount Plesant, tough team. They're very good defensively, which is why I spent so many of the questions asking about offense. As you prepare for them tonight and prepare to breach their defense, any tactical changes that you've introduced to try to get that job done?
Not really no tactical change, but we have our game plan to go against them. We come off. The last game we played was a 2-2 draw, and they score a quality goal to get that equalizer. But it's going to be a tough one tonight, but we're ready and we're going to work for that one to get the 3 points tonight.
Mount Pleasant travelling all the way from St. Anne to tackle the Junglists tonight. Pretty new team, only founded in 2016. They were semi-finalists last year in their debut season in the top flight, and looking to have some glory tonight under the guidance of coach Paul Teague Davis.
Yeah, Kimara Bushy-Beckford, formerly of Waterhouse fame, has not hit his Waterhouse heights in a Mount Pleasant uniform, but still very, very dangerous. Has a hammer of a left foot, good dribbler. I don't think he uses the ball well I don't think he passes the ball as well as a frontman should be able to do in a team such as Mount Pleasant. And he's inconsistent at the best of times, but at his best, he's an unstoppable player. Jordan Fletcher, we spoke about him. Cornell College schoolboy who has found the going a little bit tough at the top level, but I suspect he has seen and done enough to convince him that he can be a star at this level. Jordan Fletcher, he needs consistency, but his quality, his back class, not in question, this youngster.
Yeah, has scored some wonder goals so far this season, and Paul Teague Davis in charge of this Mount Pleasant team, expecting a lot this year.
Arnett Gardens are informed, Teague, what plan do you have to foil their attacking threat tonight?
We have to learn to monitor the game tonight, as I said before, they're informed. With Fabian Reid and Malcolm coming in, they're scoring a lot of goals, but we are scoring goals, but coming here, it's not going to be easy. We have to learn to monitor the game tonight, step by step, and if we can do that, yes, we can come out with a point out of the 3 points.
What's the secret to your defensive solidity this season?
The secret is we play as a team, we defend as a team, we attack as a team.
In terms of the attacking end, you say that you have been scoring goals. I'm sure it's not as many as you would have liked. What is it that your offensive players need to do in game to get even better results?
Sometimes not what you like, but when you get that 1 or 2 chances, if you take them and win the game, it's good, But you say every 5 minutes we all get chances. If we can take that chance in the 5 minutes, it's good,
In terms of the expectation on the team, it was high last year. In terms of crowd support, you don't carry the crowd as you did last season. What is it that has caused this seeming fall off in support, especially when you play away?
I don't say really fall, but football is like that, When you're on a high, you get the crowd. So you're going to take gradually, we just win games, then the fan base will build up.
Do you get the impression that the teams entertaining Mount Pleasant, that there's some fear, there's some trepidation, given that they know they're playing a quality unit? And is this to your advantage, you think?
No, really, I think it's a level playing ground. I don't see no team really. Regardless, you see the Waterhouse now. Yes, I think one of the better team, and they're in form, but I don't, it's a level playing ground,
Time also on Sports Max. Lots of schoolboy football coming up as well on Saturday, the climax of the season. In fact, Clarendon College, the Costa Cup champions, up against the Jamaica College team, who are the Manning Cup champions.
Work is burning in the fields indeed. Cavalier and Humberland clash in the RSPL on Sports Max 2 next Monday, 7:30 p.m. in Jamaica, 8:30 p.m. for our friends in the Eastern Caribbean.
Just didn't have
that Tivoli defender to electrify the crowd. Look at this piece of play. Oops, I'm gone.
Tivoli Gardens defeating Arnett by 3-1 and get their first victory in over 5.
Just didn't have any mustard on them.
Number 2 team here at the Tony Spalding Sports Complex. Red Stripe Football Mondays here, heading into the final month of the year. And as we have done in recent weeks, we get the fans who are analysts. There's Theodore Tapper Whitmore, former national midfielder and standout, and current national coach, having a look at these 2 teams here tonight who have several players with national level ability. And there's Mark Golding as well, current chairman and the former chairman of the Arnett Gardens Football Club. And there's the Jamaica under 23 squad, I think that would be. There's Jamoy Topi and a couple of other players as well. So let's hear from the fans who are analysts, the finalists, pre-game.
Yeah, Christopher Fleming support Arnett around 15 years now. Marco Black busting it tonight.
Malcolm, Two Love, straight Arnett.
My name is Carlington Price, and I'm from Senton, and I've been supporting Mount Plesant since last year. And tonight is going to be a very exciting game, and I'm sure we're going to come out victorious. The score is going to be 3-1. You understand? Mount Plesant, look out for Fletcher, look out for Bembo, look out for the entire team. We're going to come out victorious tonight, right? Because too short away from Senton. See there? See there?
Mount Plesant.
Mount Plesant all the way.
Victory, we say, Arnett, for life, for life.
You understand? That's what a man said, George. You understand? From Mount Plesant.
The Arnett Warrens fan was so downbeat. Our producer had to give him a little remix to make him sound lively. The Mount Plesant man seems very confident, though.
Yeah, he does. Well, he has traveled a long way, so he would want his team to deliver for him tonight. The Arnett crowd not as huge as we have seen it over the years, and I think there have been some tightening at the gates, George, paying to come in, and I think that has affected the turnout here for the Arnett fans.
Oh yes, new management, new strategy, the gate not accommodating to those who turned up and expected to be let in just because they're supporters for a long time.
In the past 24 hours, we've had refereeing issues negatively affecting the Red Stripe Premier League here. Here's Weston Costley, the man with the whistle tonight, leading his team out. He was assigned to the match between Waterhouse and Tivoli yesterday that ended up being postponed because the officials were late and were not there when they should have been.
Yeah, it's an issue that needs to be ironed out in the coming days. We can't have the referees not being paid, and then as a consequence we can't have industrial action just like that. It doesn't look good for a brand and for a sport that needs only positive news, needs only positive undertakings to continue the upward trajectory.
Yeah, the referees boss Victor Stewart saying that there was some miscommunication issues because the officials, we're told, were actually on their way but got there about 10 minutes late, and because there were no lights there at the Edward Seaga Sports Complex, it was felt that they could not start the match beyond a certain time, and the match was called off. The national anthem coming up, Mount Plesant in blue, Arnett Garns in their traditional red and black. And they're getting ready for what we expect to be a very, very, very hot game tonight. As we said, both teams coming off big wins in their last matches. The national anthem. Gardens 4-2 over UWI midweek. Mount Plesant 4-0 over Tivoli in midweek. These two teams coming up against each other on the back of high-scoring performances from their front men. Solid starting rosters being announced here by both teams tonight.
Oh yes, the teams are very, very strong on paper. I'm keen to see how Kevin Graham functions at centre half for the Mount Pleasant team tonight, alongside Ladale Ritchie, and up front Kemar Beckford. Will he be on tonight? If he's on, he's going to be very, very dangerous. Bushy Beckford, number 10 for Mount Pleasant. I hope it's not one of the off nights that we've seen so far from him in the majority in a Mount Pleasant uniform.
Weston Costley has the whistle tonight. His assistants are Alonzo Bennett and Keone Denton, and the fourth official is Carvel Banton, Ladale Ritchie and Tamar Edwards, the opposing captains here. Two very, very solid defensive players, both strong as holding midfielders as well, and they both, I think, have a huge role tonight in their teams, not only strategically but inspirationally.
Yeah, I like Tamar Edwards, Lance, but he's just a little bit too reckless in his play. He needs needs to curb that reckless streak and he'll be an even better player, while Lee, which you know is a class operator at the back. And of course, when he plays in midfield tonight, he'll be anchoring the defense for Mount Pleasant.
Arnett Gardens, 5-time champions of the Premier League, starting the exact same starting lineup that they used midweek, and they defeated UWI by 4-2. And look at starting positions here for Visional Harris, number 8, and Romeo Guthrie, number 17, who have swapped positions in the last few weeks, but they both have starts tonight. Yeah, I'm keen to see how they operate. Harris, though, will be the man prompting Paul Wilson, pushed up a little bit by Alex Thomas to sit with Kemal Malcolm just behind Fabian Reid. Watch Malcolm, he'll be getting white on his boots because he'll be right on the line, and Paul Wilson will be roaming from a central position. Harris will be floating left. Alex Thomas, the man in charge of Arnett Gardens, following the parting of ways between Jerome Waite and the Arnett Gardens Football Club at the start of the season. Mount Pleasant having a couple of changes from the team that defeated Tivoli by 4-0. Ricardo Campbell and Latroy Leng out. Liston James and Kevin Graham are in. Very, very solid attacking force with players like Green, Beckford and Jordan Fletcher. They think the world of Daniel Green down there in St. Thomas, in St. Anne, beg your pardon. He really yet to convince me, but he's a young player. He can learn and he has the basic tools. Well, what can we say about Jordan Fletcher that we haven't said already? And Kimara Beckford and Kestlin Hall, the hometown man, the man from St. Anne, having the brunt of the goal scoring responsibility tonight. The man with number 11 on his back. Yeah, Kestlin Hall was one of the players who helped Mount Pleasant qualify for the Premier League. Not many of those on that roster back in July of last year that have been around the Mount Pleasant top flight since the start of the RSPL. And that proves how good he is, because when they were buying left, right and centre Mount Pleasant, he's one of the few who remained a part of the starting selection, just to underline his quality, Mr. Hall. Yeah, and he has got a couple of goals already so far this season. Keston Hall, who wears the number 11 shirt for Mount Pleasant. In the build-up, Paul Teagat Davis spoke about discipline and managing and monitoring the game. What he meant is concentration, and the same will go for Arnett Gardens. The midfield was incredibly loose against Tivoli Gardens from the men in red and black. They can't afford to be in a similar frame of mind tonight, because the boys in blue are going to hurt them. Likewise, Mount Pleasant will have to maintain their defensive discipline, because there are some really sharp Arnett Gardens players. I tell you what, Lance, I haven't seen Kemal Malcolm this sharp in a long while. We knew he was benched a lot last season on Jerome Waite because Jerome said he wasn't fit enough. Well, fitness is not an issue for Kemal Malcolm. He's razor sharp right now. Visional Harris is as fit as he has been in recent seasons, and both those players being fit bodes well for Arnett's chances in this game. And there's your referee, Weston Cosley, and the match is off and running. Arnett in the red and black, and immediately giving the ball away, Guthrie. Reid caught on his heels. A sudden pass there played by Guthrie. I don't think Reid was looking for it. But Mount Pleasant would want to take the game here to Arnett Gardens as the visiting team. And also they would consider the fact that Arnett's home record is nowhere near what it has been. Can you believe, George, that Arnett at the moment has the second worst home record in the Premier League? Yeah. Only UWI have gathered fewer points at home than they have. This is so unlike Arnett. Yeah, I can't believe it, which is why I said to you the last time we were here for the Tivoli game that Arnett at home are not very good at coming from behind, and that came over. That's a result. That's a follow-through rather from what happened under Jerome Waite's charge last season. Both teams giving the ball away a lot early in midfield. Yes, Daniel Green coming off an unsuccessful run with the Jamaica Olympic team. Wilson, Harris, Arnett looking for an early strike. Good tackle there, looks deep from Graham. Graham has played Premier League football before for comes Beckford under some pressure. Martin shadowing, goes for goal to the near post, and slight bottle there from Rodriguez, but he holds it well second time. Yeah, if you're going to drop the ball, it should be when your defenders are hovering around you, not when an opposing player is. But there's Beckford played down the right channel, not on his stronger foot, trying to work it on the left. Decides to go for the shot anyway with the right.
Goalkeeper's positioning good.
Yeah, he was looking for some support there. Didn't really find it. And in the end, went for the goal himself. Here's Malcolm. Poor pass from the Arnett number 11, who is now enjoying himself with starting positions here in this team. Webb goes for goal, but poor effort. Turns out to be not too bad a pass for the onrushing Malcolm, who got there a bit late.
Yep. Arnett missing the big left back, Lance Alnesbe, who's hurt out with a thigh injury. Should be. Don't expect to see him before the year ends.
Webb gets in the way there. The pass intended by Fletcher for Beckford. Oh, Fletcher from probably 28 yards out goes for goal with a left-footed strike, but way off target.
Had too much time for that effort from an Arnett guard's defensive perspective. Really sized that up. Just the execution wrong. But the game's scrappy. Both teams not passing the ball very well.
Mount Pleasant fans prominent here at the Tony Spalding Sports Complex tonight, though not in as large a numbers as we saw them consistently come to Kingston last year.
Yeah, which is why I made the point to Paul Davis in the build-up that the supporter fervor seemed to have cooled significantly as we look at Alex Thomas on the bench. You know, I'm wondering about I was wondering about the Mount Pleasant centre half, Lance, Kevin Graham, before the start of the season. I was wondering if he was still a footballer. I saw him in a music video. It may have been for Javilani, one of the latest hot DJs from rural Jamaica. But he's here, large and in charge.
Well, let's just say he's well travelled, George, because he spent some time at Tivoli. He was also at Rivoli, and now he's at Mount Pleasant, so he knows how to get around.
Oh yes, I think in the video he was carrying an attache case with money in it, if my memory is correct.
Beckford just shoved from behind there powerfully by Jamar Martin. They'll have to look out for Beckford here, as you pointed out correctly, George, not having the kind of success at Mount Pleasant that he had at Waterhouse. His last season at Waterhouse saw him scoring 12 goals 2 seasons ago. Only a few last year for Mount Pleasant. Good cross inside. Martin gets there with a vital left boot. Only 6 goals all season last year for the Mount Pleasant team. Kamar Beckford.
And someone will hear you say that and say, well, 12 is not good in a 33-game regular season. As we look at the shape on this free kick from Evan Taylor, very good, but excellent from Jamar Martin. Watched that all the way. Those 12 goals came at the business end of the season. So it came when Waterhouse needed them most. And for the most part, many of those goals were match winners, Lance.
Yeah, had a very, very strong back end to the 2017-18 season for Waterhouse. Of course, they were a beaten finalist then on penalties by Portmore. Arnett looking to please their home fans here. They've won just 2 of their 7 home matches so far this season. Fletcher, delightful pass here to Green. Deflection. Rodriguez has no trouble there.
Excellent passing from Fletcher just now, though, to play Green in. It may have been a tad behind him. Yeah, just a touch behind him. Ramon Reed was late on the cover.
Green had also spent some time at Harbourview, this 22-year-old. Had 4 goals for Mount Pleasant last year. There's Teagat Davis, the Mount Pleasant coach. Also spent some time here at Arnett Garns as the Arnett coach. And widely regarded by many as the best striker Jamaica has produced, even though Luton Shelton heads up the goal scoring table all time.
Yeah, broke his record. Well, his record was broken some time ago, Paul Davis, but without doubt, as a pure striker, I can't think of anybody who says another name apart from Paul Teagat Davis's when you're talking about that particular issue.
Fishnell Harris thought he was fouled. Referee Costley doesn't. Green wide here to Liston James. Hall's cross inside, blocked partially by McGregor. Some problems here for the Arnett defense line. Green, though, shoves Edwards over, and referee Costa will have none of it.
Don't like what I'm seeing from the Arnett Guards defense so far. They've been played through a few times by the Mount Pleasant boys. Slight mix-up there. But in midfield, Mount Pleasant seem to be winning the battle early in this contest. Whenever the opposing team has the other team turning and running back towards their goal, is always a difficult, a bad thing. And Mount Pleasant have done that to Arnett Gardens a couple of times so far in this game.
Guthrie under some pressure, but turns really well here. Edwards. McCullough intercepts. Evan Taylor all the way back now to Ladale Ritchie, his captain. Big, strong central defender for Mount Pleasant, formerly of Montego Bay United. There's Graham now. Trying there to squeeze that one forward. Liston James under a lot of pressure there, wasn't able to make a success out of the play.
Ladale Ritchie, you
have an injured throughout part of the season, George, and even when he came back may not have been 100% himself. You could see in some of his plays that he appeared a little bit tentative, but you're right, at his best he's among the best in the country for sure. Malcolm, very tricky on the ball.
But it's that link up again that we've spoken about so many times. Vishnu Harris and Kemal Malcolm, those two, their understanding sometimes is almost telepathic. Harris just knew that Malcolm was eating up ground to his right and just bent a pass into his path. Mount Pleasant will have to watch that combination tonight.
Yeah, for sure. McCullough puts the challenge on. There's Harris, recently back in a starting position for Arnett Gardens. Arnett trying to keep the pressure on. Ritchie goes to challenge. Harris is there as well. Referee penalizes Harris, who as usual has something to say to the referee. Edwards. Wilson. Oh, Malcolm delightfully to Reed. Kadeem Davis in goal for Mount Pleasant. Put some pressure there on Reed.
Quick from the goalkeeper, closing down the space and the ball, with the line helping him. Nice interchange of passes here. Malcolm's touch a tad too heavy though.
Yeah, and Davis there appearing to favour his shoulder there, the right shoulder after that fall. Outstanding for Humberland a few seasons ago when they were regular season champions. Malcolm with a corner for Arnett. Not a good corner from the Arnett number 11.
Yeah.
Manning Cup winner for St. George's College back in 2008. It's his left shoulder that appears to be hurting Kadeem Davis. Also spent some time at Waterhouse, Davis. Oh, pretty risky looking pass there in the middle. Oh, Mount Pleasant fans not happy as they're giving the ball away too easily. Isaacs, Green, Harris tries to get Reed going. Evan Taylor, they're good with the long passes. That one wasn't that good. Guthrie under pressure. Green robs the ball quickly. Rodriguez a little uncertain there as he approached that one. Luckily for him, the ball went out.
Caught in no man's land for a bit there.
Yeah. He found himself committed, then just for a moment appeared as if he wasn't sure what to do.
No man's land at that point.
19-year-old former Kingston College goalkeeper trying to get his feet wet here in the big league.
I did say in the build-up that he hasn't quite convinced yet. People shouldn't take that as a negative because at 19 he has all the time to improve.
Yeah, Malcolm darts away from his men. The speed of Malcolm creating problems here for Mount Pleasant. He thinks he was fouled by Kevin Graham, who just kind of leaned on him.
It was more than just a lean, but he was already on his way down, and the referee knew he was playing for the contact. Kemal Malcolm switches on the afterburners here. And then Ladale Ritchie, the captain, just coming over to make his life a little bit difficult because he had fried Kevin Graham, who just finished off the job with that bump.
Yeah, Malcolm not happy there. Ball was really darting toward the byline, though I'm not sure if he would have gotten to it anyway. And he was already losing his balance to in the lunge for the ball. Oh, Wilson, delightful turn away there. And he was fouled.
Every time he's fouled, it looks to be a serious thing because he's so small, Paul Wilson. You fear for him against these bigger, stronger players. Quick feet. And took some studs to the shin there. Yeah. That's painful.
Yeah, two different defenders. There's Kevin Isaacs committing the foul in the Mount Pleasant back line. Graham and James in for Leng and Campbell, who were out from their last fixture. Their heavy 4-0 victory over Tivoli. Wilson with a free kick for Arnett. Played in well. Handball, I thought.
I thought so too. Goal kick, the end result.
Yeah, and if it was a handball, I would think inadvertent, but that doesn't count these days based on the rules.
Funny thing though, that no player appealed.
Yeah.
So you and I may have seen an illusion. Let's see. Nah. It was Tamari, it was his hand.
It was his own hand.
No player misses a handball, lads.
Yeah.
No player.
Yeah, they go a little close to Kevin Graham's elbow, so that's where the Malcolm gets away from McCalla. Cross delightful, but to the near post, and Davis has no trouble there.
Harris had gotten the run on Graham at the back post and held his head when the cross didn't come to him because he would have been in business.
Arnett having more ball possession at 53% at the moment. The crowd just reacting to the exchange on the touchline there with Keston Hall, who, as George mentioned earlier on, is one of the favourites of the Mount Pleasant fans, having been one of the players who were among the early stars of this fledgling club. Fletcher. McCalla. Wanted to find Green there, but didn't find the target.
Yeah, for a moment there, Keston Hall and Michael Webb coming together. Looked as if Webb took 2 punches to the head. That was his reaction anyway, but nothing in it from the referee's perspective. Remember that goal that Jordan Fletcher scored against, was it Portmore in the semi-final last year at the National Stadium? Oh my word, it was a second leg?
Yes.
Oh my. And that's the goal that told you that he has all the ability to succeed at this level.
Yeah, and he's scored some pretty good ones so far this season, Fletcher.
He doesn't do tap-ins, does he?
No. He has an eye for the spectacular. Scored 30-odd goals for Cornwall College in their championship-winning the Costa Cup team back in 2016. There he is. Himself and his good friend Peter Lee Vassell, who's in the stands watching at the moment.
I can't forget his tears though, at home, in front of his home support when he was brought in the second half substitute and then pulled about less than 10 minutes later.
Dookie said he was tired.
Yeah, the young boy broke down and cried like a baby. And there was not a man in the stadium who didn't feel sympathy for him.
Isaacs tackles successfully here, but Webb comes in with a good challenge for Arnett.
A couple loose moments from the youngster Guthrie.
Yeah. Himself and Vishnu Harris playing attacking midfield roles tonight. There's Wilson, his pass cut off as well. Reed, Wilson, Harris. Bundled over from behind by Fletcher. So Arnett with a free kick from about 24 yards. That looks to be in a threatening position.
Really thick, really clever from Vishnu Harris. Effectively bought that free kick. Watch him here. Doesn't see a pass he wants. Knows the tackle is coming and he just goes down at the slightest contact from Jordan Fletcher. A little bit clumsy more than anything else. And Harris only too happy to fall for the free kick.
There are a cluster of players who may want a strike at this one. Ramon Reed looks interested. Malcolm and Vishnu Harris are there as well. But I get the feeling that Kadeem Davis in the Mount Pleasant goal is about to be tested here by an Arnett strike.
Well, Wilson leaves the scene. He's no longer interested. And leaving Malcolm and Harris and Tamar Edwards, who scored a spectacular free kick here last season. Leaving us to wonder why he doesn't take more. Yeah. But his subsequent efforts have proven why he doesn't take more.
I get the feeling that Vishnu Harris will strike this one. It's Malcolm, in fact, straight into the wall. Loose ball. And Keslan Hall tries to go wide, but easily intercepted by Reed.
Vishnu Harris getting out of jail lands. When that ball ricocheted, he should have just knocked it back to his defense, but tried to gather and turn and lost the ball on the half line. Luckily for him, Mount Pleasant messed up the counter attack.
Fabian Reed, Edwards, Harris under pressure, gets a challenge from McCullough.
In many respects, Vishnu Harris is the modern day Jermaine Johnson when it comes to haranguing referees. He never lets a call go, he's always arguing.
Yeah. As you mentioned, Jermaine Johnson, George, paid Ladale Ritchie the highest of compliments when in a Sportsmax player profile interview a couple of years ago, listed Ladale Ritchie as the most difficult defender he has faced in the Premier League since he's been back to the domestic league. Now, this is a player who has very little respect for defenders, good ball handling skills, loves to dribble at defenders, and loves to make fools out of defenders. And he said, Wilson with a shot on goal to the near post, but not too difficult for Kadeem Davis to take.
Yeah, you needed to put your laces through that, Paul. Just try to caress it beyond the goalkeeper, but Kadeem Davis's positioning was so good. Nice interplay though, involving the three men, Harris to Malcolm, then to Wilson, but it needed more, the shot.
Yeah, just working their way through the Mount Pleasant defense on that play. I was mentioning Johnson having the greatest respect for Ladale Ritchie. At that time, he was playing for Montego Bay United.
That was peak Ladale Ritchie.
It was. Reed, tries to send Guthrie going down the left channel. Evan Taylor now.
He's been awful since the start of the game, the big man. At his best, perhaps the best passer on the field over long distances, but I don't think he has picked out a teammate so far with either his long or short passes.
Guthrie. Ritchie with the clearance out. Edwards. Wilson. Knocked over by Evan Taylor, so free kick to Arnett. Middle of the Mount Pleasant half.
The boys in blue started brightly, but after the first 5 minutes, Arnett Gardens have wrested control from them and are now the assertive team in this contest, Lance.
Yeah, in a fixture that's a little bit disappointing so far. I think both teams are giving the ball away a little too easily.
The quality of the passing has left a lot to be desired so far.
They're quality players on the field, so we don't expect that to continue for 90 minutes. We're midway the first half. And Wilson and Edwards standing behind this Arnett free kick. 5 Arnett players across the box. Straight into the box. Reed.
Offside.
Whistle had gone.
Offside.
Yeah, I thought there was something there. Reed thought there. He had just struck his 5th goal of the season.
I tell you what, the best indicator of the quality of the call, the fans on that side are not giving the assistant referee any grief, so they would have seen what he saw. And our replay will confirm that Fabian Reed was standing in an offside position when he gathered that and shot.
Oh, good back pass here. Wilson breaks free. Can he strike? Goes inside. Now he gets another opportunity, but drags it wide.
Bad decision, first of all. You shouldn't have shot at that time, Paul Wilson. You had the defenders backpedaling. Trust yourself. Carry the ball a little while longer. Kevin Graham is dead. And try to pick Visional Harris out, who wasn't even ready for the pass yet, Lance.
Yeah. His play selection on that move a little bit off.
Yeah.
Paul Wilson.
Unlike him, usually makes right decisions with the ball.
If he did squeeze it through to Visional Harris, though, it would have been rated a delightful pass. But the percentage on the pass wasn't very high.
Yeah, but I'm saying that Harris hadn't steadied himself yet to collect.
Yes. Guthrie's pass cut off here by Isaacs. Oh, that's not Isaacs, that's Liston James. Beckford has been pretty absent for the past few minutes. Gets a good bobble. Fletcher. Isaacs. Beckford. Fletcher is down, looks to be badly hurt, but the referee allowing the play to go on.
Yeah, may have taken some studs to the instep.
Yeah, the referee ignores Fletcher. And now Evan Taylor knocks the ball over the touchline, halts the game so that some medical attention could go to Fletcher, who is in a lot of pain.
Let me see if this is the ankle. Yeah, caught some studs.
Yeah, you saw him using the palm of his hand and beating the turf vigorously, usually a sign that a player is in great despair.
You know, it's one of the mysteries of football, though, how a player loses his form and is physically fit and just can't seem to recoup what they have lost. And I refer to Kemar Beckford. We referred to that purple patch for Waterhouse and the 12 goals he scored in the season before last, and how his goals propelled them to the final of the Premier League. And to be fair, Lance, the last 12 games of the season for Waterhouse, I don't think there was a bad game from Kemar Beckford in the last 12 games, except for the final. And I don't think there was a bad game for Waterhouse in those last 12 games, except for the final. And since Mount Pleasant came and took him, they've just been flickers, a little indicator here or there, an isolated moment in a match where his quality becomes evident. But he's certainly not the player we saw in yellow and white some years ago. This is the free kick. Chance once again tomorrow. Edwards, the skipper, going in and leaving some studs for Jordan Fletcher to taste.
Yeah, and here's that play that there was the appeal for an offside. The ball came off. Who did the ball come off?
Well, it came off an Arnett leg. Because if it had come off a Mount Pleasant player, then it wouldn't have been offside.
Yeah.
And then,
so that's the key, because he clearly was in an offside position.
But they were saying that Kesslon Hall, who was to his left, was playing him on, but Hall was ahead of the play.
Yeah. Okay, so now that clears up that offside call mystery.
But again, Lance, trust the fans. The fans on that side. Oh, this was a look at this. Look at this corner kick conceded by Mount Pleasant. This is amateurish. Wow. Yeah, I was saying to you that the fans on that side, they didn't murmur when the referee flagged for offside.
Well, they didn't shout goal either, which is usually the case when an Arnett goal scored. The fans erupt here celebrating, and we didn't get much of that, if any. So I think there was a recognition that Reid was in an offside position. Corner here to Arnett. Approaching the half-hour mark. No goals yet in the fixture. Second time we've seen a corner appearing to be overhit. And in the end, the play dissolves. Throw. Reid getting ready to throw it for Arnett. Putting pressure on the men in blue. Oh, Harris does well to steal the ball. Nadale Ritchie tidies things up at the back for Mount Pleasant.
Arnett have pushed Mount Pleasant back without being slick, particularly so. But just more positive in their forward play, the home side.
And now getting the impression that national coach Theodore Whitmore is too impressed with the play that he's seen in this match so far. Referee Costley. Award to throw here to Mount Pleasant. Ramon Reid thought the throw was for Arnett. And some aggression now being shown on the field as Green tumbles over from the challenge. Reid isn't happy about something. That's Ramon Reid. 2 Reids on the Arnett roster, Fabian and Ramon. Evan Taylor has a word there with Malcolm. Taylor appears to put on some weight since last year, and also since his days at Harbourview. 30 years old now, Evan Taylor.
There's so many players on this park who, when they're on, they're match winners, they're difference makers. Evan Taylor among them. But not too many of them have been on tonight so far.
Malcolm steals the ball well and uses his pace to go away down the flank. Great challenge there from Kevin Graham. Steals in and blocks the advance from Malcolm. Harris tumbles over from the challenge. Free kick to Arnett.
Yeah, and I would imagine that Evan Taylor is walking a tightrope. A few fouls now he has committed against Arnett attackers, bursting forward and clearly upending Harris there on that drive.
Yeah, so Arnett with another set play opportunity here in the attacking third. We've seen several of these since the start of the match, but Arnett haven't been able to make any of them count. Will this one be on target? Edwards has already scored 2 goals this season for Arnett, although he's not a prolific goal scorer. In reality, Wilson is there as well, who will strike it. Edwards does! Tipped over by Davis. Not a bad strike from the Arnett captain.
Yeah, the goalkeeper's positioning helped him on that occasion, though. Stayed in the middle of his goal. Yeah, and it could have been too high just the same, but he wasn't to know that. Well, no, it was dipping.
He was dipping, that's
yep.
Right. Arnett with another corner. This one to the near post. Evan Taylor gets himself in a tangle and gives up another corner.
Arnett's corners have been poor so far. Maybe they need to try the short corner routine. Let's give young Guthrie another chance.
Red and black shirts for Arnett filling up the box. Webb comes to put the header back in, but it's behind for a goal kick here to Mount Pleasant. Into the 32nd minute, and high quality players on the field, but the game hasn't risen yet to high levels.
Yeah, and he would have seen Dr. Omar Davis, the man in the spectacles, the former Minister of Finance, former Member of Parliament for this constituency, South St. Andrew, and former chairman of the Argument Gardens Football Club, and all the things he was, this man is, except he's never yet been Minister of Finance. But he's working on it, Mark Golding.
He is?
Yes, he is.
Fletcher tries to turn the ball in. Rodriguez looks to have hurt himself in making the stop as well.
Yeah, I think Fletcher's leg caught him.
Yeah.
May have been. I hope he doesn't have a dead leg. Edwards chasing him and will give him a bump at a crucial point. Just a little shove. knocks him off balance, and he may have taken a knee to the thigh. Young Rodriguez, let me see here, or a foot. Yeah, I hope he doesn't have a dead leg, because he won't be able to continue if he does.
Yeah. But has been fit enough to be on the substitute bench. So if anything goes badly wrong here with Rodriguez, I guess the experienced Hyatt will step in. The Mount Pleasant fans among the noisiest in Red Stripe Premier League football. There's Hyatt, the veteran, two-time championship winner with Arnett Gardens, 2015 and 2017.
Mount Pleasant's midfield, in terms of an attacking perspective, have gone missing from minute 5 onwards in this first half. There's just no playmaking going on from the boys in blue. Beckford has been starved of possession. Kesslon Hall has been doing more defending than attacking, and there's Oral Tracy of Sports Commentary Frame from Television Jamaica, Lance.
Yeah. And Theodore Whitmore, the national coach. Tracy usually has a lot to say about Whitmore. Mount Pleasant on the attack. And Rodriguez opts to punch the ball out. The whistle had gone anyhow.
Kevon Isaacs, Evan Taylor, Daniel Green, Kemar Beckford, Kesslon Hall, all been doing more defending. Well, those are all the attackers from Mount Pleasant, plus Jordan Fletcher, and all of those men have done more defending than attacking in this game so far. Fletcher's been the only one who looks bright on the offensive end.
Yeah. Maybe they're being influenced by Arnett's 4-goal effort midweek against UWI and want to ensure that they are tight defensively. Here comes Guthrie. Too much weight on the pass for Harris.
He's frustrated.
Yeah. That pass just needed to be caressed between the defenders to send Harris going.
Yeah, the ball was on.
Yeah, Guthrie not having that good a game tonight, the Arnett 20-year-old.
Oh, that sums up Evan Taylor's game. That sums up Mount Pleasant's game. In a pass, that's how Mount Pleasant have been so far in this contest.
Yeah. Usually very good at 30 and 40-yard passes, Evan Taylor. He's been off tonight. You'd hope that in the second half he can rediscover his form and his passing accuracy. Less than 10 minutes to the halftime break. Wilson doesn't get by McCalla.
Has gone through a lot of work so far, Paul Wilson. Has looked inventive, has looked sharp. As this man, Kemal Malcolm! Wow!
That was a sunburst of speed and decision to shoot from Malcolm. He scored in all of Arnett's last 4 matches, Kemal Malcolm. Here comes Isaacs. Still Isaacs. He may want to shoot from here. No, he's tripped by Edwards. Gives up a free kick in a threatening position. And I believe Kevin Isaacs himself may want to strike this one and go.
Yeah. I was wondering when an Arnett Gardens player would have come and tackled Kevin Isaacs. You know how far he's been running from? And then it was sensing the danger. I'm surprised he hasn't been booked, because that was a blatant foul. No attempt to win the ball there. But he realized it was an emergency, the Arnett Gardens skipper, and that he had to foul.
Yeah, and knowing Isaacs and his kicking ability from these plays, he may be interested in the strike himself. But Evan Taylor stands behind it, along with Jordan Fletcher, who is also pretty strong from this position. But I think it's a left-footed kick, so Fletcher may get it.
Potential redemption though for Evan Taylor. He can, with one swing of the boot, right all the wrongs of this first half and erase all his bad play.
I'm not sure if a three-man wall is enough here for Arnett.
Oh yes, he was booked. He had to be.
Yeah. Yeah, 4 people in the wall. Yeah, I'm not thinking 3 is enough, so we get 4. But a threat here because Jordan Fletcher appears to be the man set to strike here for Mount Pleasant. Taylor with a strike, touched over by Rodriguez. Fine save by the 19-year-old.
On point, excellent decoy from Jordan Fletcher. But I always suspected that Evan Taylor would be the one to strike it. Bending all the time, but the goalkeeper's positioning again good. And when your positioning is good, then it's just hand-eye coordination. And the hand coordinated with the eye on that occasion for young Rodriguez.
Yes, so the best moment of the match so far for Mount Pleasant. Less than 7 minutes to the halftime break. A lively match. Confirmation of the yellow card for Tamar Edwards. Lively and energetic this match. Still the quality that we know both these teams can display. Well, they're yet to achieve it or take it to that level.
Yeah, it's been lacking in quality, to be fair.
In the wall. Yeah, I'm not thinking 3 is enough, so we get 4. But a threat here because Jordan Fletcher appears to be the man set to strike here for Mount Pleasant. Taylor with a strike, touched over by Rodriguez. Fine save by the 19-year-old.
On point, excellent decoy from Jordan Fletcher. But I always suspected that Evan Taylor would be the one to strike it. Bending all the time, but the goalkeeper's positioning again good. And when your positioning is good, then it's just hand-eye coordination. And the hand coordinated with the eye on that occasion for young Rodriguez.
Yes, so the best moment of the match so far for Mount Pleasant. Less than 7 minutes to the halftime break. A lively match. Confirmation of the yellow card for Tamar Edwards. Lively and energetic this match. Still the quality that we know both these teams can display. Well, they're yet to achieve it or take it to that level.
Yeah, it's been lacking in quality, to be fair. Although Arnett Gardens have had the better of the exchanges.
Richie gives up a free kick here to Arnett, just outside the box, and again Harris is furious.
I tell you what, it's very good play from him. Didn't have a pass on that he liked. Well, only had one option. He didn't want that pass, and decided that he's gonna run at the defense. What helps
standout of the past. Also played a few games for Jamaica and also spent some time in Canada. Reed. It's Fabian to Ramon. Arnett on the attack with Wilson. Now Fabian Reed. Oh, he was looking there for Malcolm, but played it too far in front of Malcolm, and Mount Pleasant trying to spring the counter-attack immediately. Fletcher is wide, loses his balance and the ball.
Unfortunate.
2 minutes added on for stoppages, and we're in the final minutes of those two now. Just over the top from Keslan Hall, left-footed.
Careless defending from Jamar Martin, trying to look too cool. Look at this. Well, it was Ramon McGregor's error, and it was always behind goal anyway, but call it a quarter chance.
Yeah, Keslan Hall trying to capitalize there on the Arnett error at the back. And Teagat Davis for Mount Pleasant and the Arnett coach Alex Thomas will have to have a lot of words with their teams in the half-time break, because neither team has delivered the kind of quality that they can.
Yeah, what a day to play this way in front of the national coach watching.
Guthrie picks up a loose ball here now for Arnett. Green is down hurt. Wilson. Oh, wow. The whistle for the end of the half, I think.
Yes.
Although it finds Green hurt midway the Arnett Gardens half here, but a first half that has been disappointing, not only because we haven't seen any goals, but because neither team has given us the kind of quality that both rosters suggest they have in their boots. And at halftime, no goals. Alex Thomas for Arnett Gardens and the Mount Pleasant coach Paul Teagat Davis have some work to do at halftime.
Yeah, it's been an ordinary, perhaps when I mean kind when I say ordinary first half. It's been bad.
So no goals after 45 minutes. Arnett Gardens at home to Mount Pleasant. Red Stripe Football Mondays. We go to break. When we come back, the first half highlights and our halftime show.
Defender to electrify the crowd. Look at this piece of play. Oops, I'm gone.
Tivoli Gardens defeating Arnett by 3-1 and get their first victory in over 5 weeks. But it was Arnett that made the running early with Kamal Malcolm on 34 minutes, heading in powerfully from the cross from Ramon Reed, just starting between the Tivoli defenders, and Malcolm strikes his third goal of the season. Tivoli would respond here with their captain Barrington Price turning the header in from the Jabor Johnson strike. Here's Johnson now. He will strike the ball from the top of the 18. The ball may have been going wide, and it was Price reacting quickly and just steering the ball in. His third goal of the season and leading scorer for Tivoli as a central defender. And here comes the 19-year-old Reed, just weaving his way into the ball too. And neither team giving the fans a lot to cheer about, although there have been some moments for Arnett so far in this fixture.
Yeah, they've the brighter of the teams. Paul Wilson here, his effort from Kamal Malcolm's pass. Not enough power on it to beat the very well positioned Kadeem Davis. And then this free kick from Tamar Edwards. The ball broke for Fabian Reed, but he was adjudged to have been in an offside position, and our replay confirmed that he was ahead of the play when the ball broke to him. And maybe the Arnett Gardens players are saying it came off a Mount Pleasant foot, which would have changed the situation completely. Anyway, Missional Harris, nice back heel. Wilson should have carried the ball further because Ladale Ritchie was running away from him, giving him space to run into, and he chose to pass the ball when really he should have held on to it.
Yeah.
And then this free kick from Tamar Edwards Davis's positioning good once again. He just helped it over the bar. And then Malcolm, lovely turn to get rid of Isaacs, and a snapshot. Davis would tell you that he saw it all the way and knew it was flashing wide. And then this Isaacs run, halted by Tamar Edwards' lunge. And from the free kick, Jordan Fletcher and Evan Taylor will conspire. The decoy run by Fletcher, and Taylor steps up. Rodriguez.
Plesant, but for the most part, Arnett Gardens were the more dominant team. 52% possession for Arnett Gardens. They had 6 attempts at goal, 2 on target. Mount Pleasant had 4 on target from 5 tries. 10 fouls in the match so far, 7 of them to Mount Pleasant. And Arnett have forced 4 corners so far. No corners yet for the Mount Pleasant team. So statistically, Arnett Gardens are winning the battle, but the important score is the one at the top. 0-0. Mount Pleasant and Arnett Gardens. This is the 5th meeting between them so far. 2 drawn results, 1 Arnett win and 1 Mount Pleasant win. And it's to St. Anne we go for the season outlook for Mount Pleasant.
Mount Pleasant FA will win the final.
And win. And Mount Pleasant will win the Premier League.
2-1 to Portmore. Unchallenged. No one marking Russian Sharp arriving on the far post. And Jovan East sets up the winning goal after himself scoring the first.
Kind of feel away because the player and the coaching staff, we have a great team, and we know we make a mistake in the semi-final.
Well, I feel very disappointed having a quality team not reaching the final. So this season we have to just work hard and keep focus. Every team, every club who enter the competition wants to go to the final. So not going to be in the final, people, club, team will be disappointed. We had a nice team last year. We didn't make it.
What is the plan for this RSPL season?
To win the Premier League.
This season is to win the champion, because last season we go to the semi-final, so focus to win the championship. All we need to do is just work harder and harder every Sunday and take it as a game of a game.
The plan is to go to the final and win and carry the trophy to St. Anne. Well, Mount Pleasant trying to play more attacking because we fall short last season scoring on goals, so more focus on attacking this season.
It's an attacking football this season, so what we do in training, we perform a lot and train hard and tell the player just have your mind towards the game and we go out there and do our best.
We don't try to play any style, we're playing football, We're playing overall football, collective football, and play as a team,
Started slowly. We kept on staying in the game. We took control of the midfield, created some possibilities.
As I tell you, we have a great coaching staff. It's one come and one go. So we have to accept it, and we have to tell the player that, hey, we have our work to do. We have a mind. We have to push it. So as the coaching staff change, we have to work with it and just know it's our work. So we have to deal with it.
We're ready. 2 minutes already. 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Well, I don't feel all right with him. He's a good coach so far. Motivate we, so just give us some little different stuff to work on. So that's it. I was always there, you know. Being the head coach, is nothing new. Nothing new to me. Does that, the whole mindset of a change of the players. Then when the coach before brought his play and his philosophy, so I have to try and change that, till they get around. So it's a little pressure in a sense, I'm not pressure, but you have pressure because you have to meet the demands, So every game I try to take it serious. Very personal, and then I said before, I'm like an interim coach, so I'm like on a trial right now, so I'm just trying my best every time to clamp that ladder. So at the end of the day, maybe I'm full-time, employed, but it have it good and bad days, Especially with the players, it's not easy. 27 minds, it's not easy.
What he got is year last season. As I tell you, is more attacking. Last season we used to do defending, but this is the kind of change we do mostly attacking now. So you get the goal them now. Like last season we used to get like 1 goal. Now we're getting more goal.
I coach overall football, but I like to attack. I like to attack, so maybe because I was an attacker, but I coach overall football, but I base mostly on attack, I like to score goals. I like to see my team score goals. And football is about scoring goals. People want to come in the stands, fans, and even the game is dull. One goal you're scoring, at least a goal with something,
More goals, work in front of goals almost every day. So you want to see goals every match.
Mount Plesant will win the Premier League.
Mount Plesant FA will go to the final and win and carry the trophy to Centre.
And come out victorious, come in the final and win again.
And that's our goal today, to win the Premier League this season.
Hailing from St. Anne, Mount Plesant looking for big success this year. Next week, Monday, the Red Stripe Premier League football match will come from the Stadium East Field. Cavalier, champions way back in 1981, up against Cumberland, a team that has never won the Premier League. They battle in the Monday night fixture next week.
Yeah, Sportsmax 2 has action in La Liga on Saturday, 7 a.m., 8 a.m. in the Eastern Caribbean. Espanyol will go to Real Madrid. And then Levante and Valencia lock horns Saturday afternoon, 12:30 p.m. in Jamaica, 1:30 p.m. in the Eastern Caribbean. Sportsmax 2. What about the NBA? The Pelicans and the Mavericks, Saturday 2 p.m., 3 p.m. ECT on Sportsmax. And on Sunday, 3 p.m., 4 p.m. outside of Jamaica, Denver Nuggets at Brooklyn Nets, Sportsmax.
So at halftime here, Red Stripe Football Mondays. No goals yet between Arnett Gardens, the home team, and the travelling Mount Plesant. We'll be back with the second half after this short break.
Red Stripe, watch out, man, shall I better forward, boy. Red Stripe Premier League champion, boy, score. Every goal when I run from, boy. Red Stripe Premier League champion, boy, now. Back down, we run him all up, boy. The Red Stripe Premier League champion, boy, yeah.
No goals yet in this fixture, but a couple of free kicks have been the highlights in the first half. There was Evan Taylor's effort punched over the crossbar by Shadim Rodriguez in the Arnett Gardens goal. And free kicks have been the order of the day. Order of the day, George, after 45 minutes.
Hors d'oeuvres of the day. We need a main course. This was the effort from Kemal Malcolm, blocked by the defense. Tamar Edwards' effort also squeezing through to Reed, who tucked home but was offside, to his surprise. And then Tamar Edwards with this effort that Kadeem Davis had to be alert to. That effort from Vishnu Harris, not beating the wall. And then Taylor's effort that was early in the game. Harris coming back on the defensive stretch. And then Taylor towards the back end of the first half, requiring a save from Rodriguez.
So the two teams will be looking to improve their performance. There's Evan Taylor, not outstanding in the first half, way below what we know he can be, this 30-year-old. Vastly experienced in the Premier League, spent some time in the USL Pro League as well for Charleston Battery. Team that has seen so many Caribbean players shining. Dane Kelly, the Jamaican, Quinton Griffith, the Antiguan. There's also Tola Guerra from Trinidad and Tobago for Charleston Battery. Weston Costley, the man with a whistle, and here goes the second half. Taylor doesn't like his forward passing options, so he goes back home. Keston Hall. Green, challenged by McGregor. Green is hurt, so he starts the second half the way he ended the first. Daniel Green. The first half saw him finishing the half in pain, and he's hurting again.
Yeah, Mr. Costa has not been attentive to players going down. Of course, he's on the field, he can hear and see what happens. And he's been very loath to stop play to attend to players who've gone down with injuries.
Yeah, that was an aggressive challenge from Ramon McGregor. And Green.
He's back running again.
Yeah. He was pretty heavily charged into by McGregor. So at the start of the second half here, Arnett's defenders called into action. Green takes the return pass. Tamar Edwards with a no-nonsense challenge. Arnett's form has been up and down so far this season. They've been showing improvement in recent weeks. Foul on the kick for Mount Pleasant.
This looks like a 1-0 tonight, Lance.
In whose favor?
I don't know, that's the thing. Whoever gets a goal here, the opponent will struggle to get one back, I think.
Taylor's pass inside, neat. Beckford going up for the header, but he was crowded, and I think he's won a corner here.
Yeah, shorter than both Ramon Reed and Jamar Martin. He was the filling for the sandwich, but made a nuisance of himself to the extent that he's won a corner from Evan Taylor's free kick.
Yeah, but a fairly accurate free kick there by Evan Taylor. Now that's the kind of accuracy that we've grown accustomed to seeing from him. That was a very threatening free kick in the middle. Mount Pleasant, their first corner of the match. Wow. Referee's whistle. There's Kevin Isaacs, I think, climbing onto the back of an Arnett defender. Mount Pleasant having won 6 of their last 7 matches. Their only defeat coming against Portmore on the 24th of November since late October. But tonight they're struggling to take a hold of this game. Guthrie.
And you know Mount Pleasant are playing poorly when Sule Makala, the left back, or Liston James for that matter, the right back, none of them have had any overlapping impact on the game so far. They've stayed at home defending. Keslon Hall, a centre forward, has been in the right back position very often, helping to defend. Not working for Paul Davis's men on the attacking front tonight, Lance.
Yeah. Well, Webb misjudges the ball there. The ball slides through here for Keslon Hall! Wide for the 26-year-old with the goalkeeper to beat.
So the centre forward who has spent so much time defending and defending well tonight finds himself in the sector of the play of the field where he's paid to be up front. Nice pass from Kamara Beckford. Excellent first touch, but the second touch woeful.
Pre-game, Teagat Davis told you, George, that he worries about the team not finishing. And that just illustrated his woes. Best chance of the match.
By far. Caused by poor Arnett Gardens defending.
Fletcher. Oh, he goes for a goal, but well blocked here by Edwards, who got in the way. McCullough. Bad pass. Here goes Reed. Doesn't keep the ball close enough to him, so it invites the successful challenge from Kevin Graham.
Reed's touch up just a little bit too heavy, and a crunching tackle from Kevin Graham. Reed still feeling the pain. To make matters worse, it's a 1% throw.
Graham's kick out just crosses the halfway line. Only as far as the Martin. Isaacs. Upset at the referee's call.
I tell you what, Weber's been a weak fence defensively for Arnett Gardens tonight. It was his real poor attempt at clearing a high ball that led to that chance from Mount Pleasant just now. And he's been all over the shop, especially except in the right places so far for Arnett Gardens, the right back Webb.
Hall did well there to steal that ball. Beckford robbed by a smart moving Arnett defense line. Edwards. Guthrie. Wow, bad foul on Vishnal Harris, and the yellow card comes out.
I wonder what the Mount Pleasant boys are complaining about, because are they saying that wasn't a foul? Or that wasn't a yellow card?
Let's see what happened here.
Gets to the ball first. Oh, that's X-rated. That is a card.
Yeah.
Was that Isaacs or Liston James? Liston James it was.
I think it's James, yes.
Yeah. At right back.
Yeah, Liston James. The powerful defender.
You hear his first name, Lance? Liston. A descendant of Sonny.
World heavyweight boxing champion of the 1960s. Taylor does well here in robbing the ball with a head. Green overruns the ball but retrieves it now. Bad pass, they're looking for Fletcher. Isaacs goes for goal. Here comes Fletcher now. Beckford. Wayward effort by Beckford. Just very untidy both teams tonight. Not getting those clinical plays right.
Yeah, it's one of those days where you wake up and you go to work and nothing quite works right. For us as commentators, it's one of those days where the words just don't come out right. The thoughts just don't knit. You struggle to articulate points. I guess the footballers are having one of those equivalents tonight.
Yeah, and just appears as if the halftime talk they would have received from Alex Thomas in Arnett's case and Teagat Davis in Mount Pleasant's case. Those discussions haven't really impacted the game, or at least not yet anyway. Isaacs. And searching there for Beckford, but McGregor gets there first.
Yeah, nothing fancy from Ramon McGregor. That's what I like about him. He's searching for answers. answers that he can share with his test-taking players on the field.
McCullough, Ritchie, Davis.
Oh dear.
James. Oh, delightful ball through here to Keston Hall. Oh, he took a year and a day to get the ball under control. In the end, the play just wasted here for Mount Pleasant.
Wow, but at least Mount Pleasant have looked more threatening in this first half so far than they did for the entirety of the first 45 minutes.
Solid defensively, this Mount Pleasant team, so the fact they haven't given up any goals so far in this fixture is not surprising. Only 13 goals they've conceded, along with Humberland, the best defensive record in the league at the moment. Taylor, Isaacs, Beckford, Arnett now on the counter, but Isaacs tracks back and just delays their transition play.
Beckford was hurt from that tackle a few moments ago. Back up and running.
Yeah. While Mount Pleasant have been solid statistically in defense, Arnett have been the second best attacking team in the league this year so far with 24 goals. Only Waterhouse with 30 had scored more than they had. Harris turns really well here. Has good neat touches on the ball, Harris. But then he gives the ball away. Isaacs. Knocked over by Reed.
Clever. Knew Reed really wanted the ball and just invited him to knock him over.
McCullough with a free kick for Mount Pleasant. Reed climbs high and wins the header. Good pass in by Malcolm. Reed. Wilson. Arnett. Good exchange of passes here. Hall under some pressure. McCullough. Taylor goes along with the clearance downfield, but Arnett's defenders are equal to the task. Beckford to Green. Well tackled here by Martin.
Poor from Green because Fletcher was in acres of space to his right. That needed to have been a first time pass into Fletcher's direction, and Harris another hard fall on him.
Yellow card has come out.
And Tamar Edwards took exception to the force of that challenge and moved to confront. And what's happening now?
Well,
why is this James raising his hand?
Yeah, there's a chance here that a red card come out if these tempers aren't settled, because Liston James has totally lost it. In the meantime, Harris is in pain.
Yeah, and for a player who's had so many injuries, you feel for him. Yeah, Evan Taylor, yet another late tackle from him. He's dished out several of those all evening long, Evan Taylor. And Harris has been on the receiving end of a fair few. Late for the ball by a mile. That is a yellow card offence. And the Arnett Gardens captain, Tamar Edwards, taking exception to that challenge. And the Mount Pleasant players defending their corner. And that's why you had what you saw just now.
Yeah, the tempers clearly flared there, and we saw a couple of the Mount Pleasant players just trying to cool Liston James down because he started to get physically aggressive in reaction to some advances from the Arnett men. But in a football game, you have to get to that point where you keep your cool, because you're running the risk here of earning a red card, which won't help your team.
Taylor follows Liston James in the book for Mount Pleasant. Amid all of that, Lance, the referee, Weston Costa, was the coolest man on the pitch, saying, all right, when you boys settle down, I'll book who I have to book and get the game restarted.
So when the game restarts, it will be an Arnett Gardens free kick.
He's calling someone else. Oh, Taylor now gets a card.
Yeah.
And at least someone else is going to get one. Who is that? Is that... Well, if it's Tamar Edwards, well, it can't be him because he was already booked.
I'm wondering if it was Beckford.
If it is, then he's done. But I haven't seen a red card. A red card has been issued now. Liston James, yeah.
Yeah. So Liston James gets a red card. I thought he was hovering pretty near that kind of punishment based on his lashing out.
And I think Kemar Beckford is pointing out that Tamar Edwards was booked already. But the referee seems to have forgotten. So this is James slapping. Well, I think he was hit first, you know.
Yeah, by Jamar Martin.
Yes, he was hit first. But his aggressive posture. Look at this.
Yeah. So his night is over, Liston James.
But guess what, Lance? Did Tamar Edwards get a second yellow card? It seems as if he did. So unless the first half yellow card was not for him, he shouldn't be on the field.
No, you're right. I'm wondering if that yellow card just now was not for him. It was pointed in his direction, but
it may have been for Jamar Martin.
Yeah, it could have been, because there were a few players standing in his proximity.
I'm going to give Mr. Costa the benefit of the doubt and say...
Yeah, I would suspect that the fourth official on the bench there, Carvel Banton, would be monitoring pretty closely, and if there was an error, he would have alerted the referee.
Well, with that said, Mount Pleasant are down to 10, eh?
Yes.
And he has a piece of paper in his hand because he has to make tactical changes, Paul Davis.
But you see, this is why in football, it's an asset to be able to keep your cool, because what happened to Liston James just then is that he was struck in the face by Jamar Martin. None of the officials saw that. Good turn here by Malcolm. Kifon Isaacs cuts him down. So he reacted violently to Jamar Martin's slap. And we think it's possible that Martin may have gotten a yellow card. We're not sure. We'll get that confirmation pretty soon, because there was at least one yellow card issued there just now that it's unclear who it was issued to. Green. Good tackling here by Tamar Edwards. He's had a tremendous game tonight. Oh, Green does well to rally and get back. A lot of fortitude here shown by Daniel Green. Paul, under pressure from Ramon Reed. Strike this from distance. No, he doesn't. Malcolm. Guthrie. Wilson. Webb. Just wide.
Wow. Almost as if Arnett were reluctant shooters there just now. Nobody really wanted to take opportunity, the responsibility of striking at goal. I think they overplayed it in the end, Lance.
Yeah, I thought so. Wilson was in proximity, but his back was to the goal, so he offered someone facing the ball. There was Webb, the man who just struck it left-footed, dragged it a little bit wide.
Change from Mount Pleasant, it seems as if Daniel Green, number 9, is coming out.
That's Alwyn Harvey, the 22-year-old, getting ready to come on. Arnett also making a change with Lamar Neal. Green's night is over. There's Alwyn Harvey coming on in his place. So Mount Pleasant now short-staffed because they're down to 10 men from Liston James's red card, and Lamar Neal is now on for Arnett Gardens. Romeo Guthrie is the man he replaces. So a hard runner and a strong tackler. Neal takes Guthrie's spot. Foul on Wilson by Isaacs.
Well, Mount Pleasant's defensive solidity will be tested in the remaining 30 minutes or so of this game, factoring added time, of course.
Neal tries to go for goal, but Taylor gets in the way. Neal intercepts, only on the field for a few seconds, and has already
well, that man has been having a nightmare night for Arnett Gardens. Lance Webb, the right back, well, left back, beg your pardon. Ramon Reed is at right back. Hasn't had a good game at all for the red and black.
So Arnett will feel with a man advantage that they can probably now take control of this game. But we've seen 10-man teams in the past play as if they have 11.
And if they overcommit or get sloppy, Mount Pleasant could hurt them. But if Mount Pleasant weren't a potent attacking threat with 11, I struggle to see how, with a man less, they'll be any better.
Yeah. Reed with a cross inside the reflection. Kadeem Davis makes a valiant save. The game looking intense now. Reed trying to turn, but Graham is on his heels. Lamar Neal. Reed. Reed with a strike over the top.
Yeah, always going to go over the top. Was backpedaling. Didn't set his body right for that effort, Fabian Reed. Good control initially, but a very hard skill to execute, backpedaling and striking for goal at the same time. This is the Ramon Reed effort, which took a deflection and required a flying save from Kadeem Davis. Who's now injured.
Yeah. And just a shot in the stands there at the national coach, Theodore Whitmore. Looked a little bit worried, George. Maybe he should have stayed home and watched Sports Max and the NBA game between the Utah Jazz and the Philadelphia 76ers.
For sure.
Not sure if he's an NBA fan, is he?
Hey, he's a sportsman, so I'm sure he's an NBA fan. I'm sure he'll tell you that the Bulls and Michael Jordan were his team.
Based on his age.
Oh, yes. And more than anything, I think this is just a tactical break from Mount Pleasant, Lance.
Yeah.
After going down to 10 men, to just clear their heads and allow for this to happen.
Yeah, and take the momentum away from Arnett, because in the past 5 minutes we've seen Arnett's intensity rise and their momentum gaining.
Yeah, they've sent for a former Arnett Gardens man, Jameel Hardware. He's suited and ready to enter the fray.
Approaching 70 minutes, George, and
Evan Taylor is coming out. This is usually the time of game when Evan Taylor is hooked. And Jameel Hardware, as I told you, coming in for him, the former Arnett Gardens and Boys Town man.
So, Jamil Hardware. On for Evan Taylor. Martin high with a header. Edwards upfield with a clearance. Kevin Graham with an aggressive headed challenge.
So our team has confirmed that actually Tamar Edwards was booked in the second half, but Ramon Reed, the card we thought in the first half was for Tamar Edwards rather, that card actually went to Ramon Reed. So no issue of 2 yellow cards being given to Tamar Edwards mistakenly and him still being on the field. So Mr. Costley got his numbers and his identities right. So the captain is safe.
Yeah. 20 minutes remaining now. And Arnett up against the 10-man Mount Pleasant team will fancy their chances here in the last 20 minutes to take an advantage. Oh, Reed trying to find Malcolm with a return pass. Vishanal Harris. Edwards. Reed. Fouled by Hall.
Yeah, good closing down by the striker. Vishanal Harris was caught late there by Jordan Fletcher. And Hall has put in a very good shift defensively. It's just a pity that when he got his chance, he's fluffed his line so badly, dragging his shot wide. This is him closing down Ramon Reed. Yes, it's a foul, but this is what every coach wants to see from his striker, especially in a situation where you're a man short. Everyone putting in a shift defensively. And Teagat Davis did tell me this pre-game, Lance, that the secret to their defensive solidity is the fact that they defend as a team.
A lot of good defensive work, but his best opportunity to score tonight broke free one-on-one with the goalkeeper. He dragged it wide. So his defensive work has been commendable, but his goal scoring is a little bit off.
Fletcher standing on Harris's calf just now.
Yeah. Hardware now on for Mount Pleasant. Closest to the ball to defend it. Oh, Lamar Neal made a mess of that. Wilson. Fabian Reed. Fabian Reed still does well to keep possession of the ball after being hustled. Reed! Wide. Great pass inside by Vishanal Harris, and Reed knows he should have done better.
Masterful pass from Harris. Nothing fancy, but just pinpoint accurate. This is Harris. Takes some time to look. And Reed wanted it to run across his body and then just direct it goalwards, when it peeled off the outside of the right boot and went behind.
Yeah, Reed should have done better there. Most prolific goal scorer in the Red Stripe Premier League for the last 3 years, Fabian Reed. In the past 3 seasons, he has scored 35 goals. Foul on Wilson. No other player has scored as many goals in the past 3 seasons than Fabian Reed. The closest, Javon East with 33. But Arnett now with a free kick with Hardware fouling Wilson.
Again, a necessary foul from Hardware, who was beaten. What's the free kick count in this game so far? Arnett have had several of these opportunities. And this may be their best route to goal because the strikers haven't been precise tonight.
I think the best Arnett free kick we've seen so far came from the boot of Tamar Edwards, that forced the diving save from this man. I would fancy Edwards to kick this one, but Malcolm looks as if he wants it. Four-man Mount Pleasant wall set up. Malcolm, it seems, getting ready to strike. Great shot by Malcolm, just wide of the target.
Wow,
That was pretty close.
Yeah, heading hands for the Arnett Garden supporters. Close but no cigar for Kemal Tul Malcolm.
Yeah, that wasn't too far away. The goalkeeper wasn't really close to it.
Well, he'll tell you he was.
Yeah, well, he looked as if he recognized that it was going wide, so he stopped his effort advancing to the ball.
It's Benbow time. Replacing Jordan Fletcher, Cardinal Benbow.
Benbow, ex-Waterhouse player, a two-time Manning Cup champion for St. George's College, 2011 and 2012. Now getting some playing time and reunited with Kemar Bushy Beckford, the two men who propelled Waterhouse to the Red Stripe Premier League final 2 seasons ago. Again, Vishnal Harris is fouled. A late Kevin Graham challenge. Didn't fall this time, but he was hit. Graham, a very fierce tackler. So at this point, with 14 minutes to go and down a man, I'd have to think that Mount Pleasant will be satisfied with taking a point from this fixture.
Well, they've brought in an attacker. Rapid attacker, Cardinal Benbow. So Teagat Davis is still looking to pinch a goal.
Yeah.
And then bank on his defense to keep that clean sheet.
His defense has done reasonably well tonight, even though Ricardo Campbell and Latroy Leng, who been there, aren't in the roster tonight. One of their replacements, Liston James, is off on a red card. Edwards, fouled by Keston Hall. Free kick to Arnett again.
And life can be cruel. Your centre forward so good defensively, and offensively not at the races. Would really want that chance back, Keston Hall. The first touch was excellent to set up the chance, Lance.
Yes.
And then for some reason he just snatched at the shot.
Well, let's see what Edwards will do with this strike here. I think he's going to take this one. I said so last time and he didn't. Edwards strikes poorly, almost 3 times the height of the goal.
Wow, the lack of quality tonight has been
stark.
Yeah.
McCullough, Martin, McCullough again, but he has to keep a close eye on Malcolm, who is very speedy and tricky. Malcolm has scored in every match so far this year that he has started. He has 11.5 minutes to keep that trend.
Fabian Reed's night is done. Damari Deacon Hustler comes on for him.
Well, that's a significant change for Arnett Gardens. Reed, their most dependable goal scorer, at least for the moment. Coach Alex Thomas feels as if he doesn't have enough to offer.
Yeah, it was ordinary in our last Monday night game. Here against Tivoli, and perhaps even worse tonight.
Edwards strikes poorly, almost 3 times the height of the goal.
the lack of quality tonight has been
stark.
Yeah.
Just over 10 minutes left. And Arnett under pressure here to pick up 3 points from this fixture against a Mount Pleasant team that lost Liston James in the second half to a red card.
Mount Pleasant has made all three of their changes. Taylor gone, Daniel Green gone, Fletcher gone. 3 attackers replaced by 1 midfielder, 1 forward and a defender.
Davis has gone down injured in goal again for Mount Pleasant.
Perhaps the problem is genuine after all.
There's the Mount Pleasant bench, Taylor and Fletcher, who were taken off in the second half. Now having a look on from the dugout.
A penny for the thoughts of the national coach Theodore Whitmoreland, what he makes of this game, because it's not one of the usual things that you can say, well, oh, the surface wasn't conducive, because this surface is one of the better ones in the Premier League. We've seen many cracking games here at Arnett Gardens, so it's not the surface. The conditions are good, and the quality of the football, though, has been at times atrocious.
Yeah, that's for sure. The Arnett bench also let down by their own performances. Wilson on that play certainly should have gotten more purchase on that effort. And several Arnett Gardens chances here. That one, Malcolm dragging it just wide. Webb drags it wide left-footed. Reed side footing way past the far post. And there he is, disappointed. Not very often that we see Fabian Reed on Arnett's bench, but he's there now. Hall. Benbow putting the chase on, but Arnett's defenders keeping the ball away from them. Wow, McCalla deemed to have fouled Malcolm. Mount Pleasant fans not liking the referee's call. Less than 8 minutes to go. Edwards for Arnett. Goes wide. Too close to Graham, who gets the header out. Keston Hall has worked really hard tonight. Wilson gives the ball away, and there goes Isaacs. Long ball forward, and the pacey Benbow chasing here. Benbow goes for goal! Rodriguez. Stout on the near post.
That's precisely why he was brought on. Many people would say, why not bring on the defender? But no, Teagat Davis knows that there'll be chances at the other end just the same, and he wants someone with pace and a little bit of menace to exploit those chances. Benbow did well there.
Yeah. Would have been spectacular if that one hit the net, but Rodriguez got in the way. A lot of power on the effort from Benbow. Has been given just less than 20 minutes to prove his worth. Cardell Benbow. In a short-staffed Mount Pleasant team trying to take the fight here to Arnett Gardens. A result, if it stays where it is at the moment, would mean that Mount Pleasant would retain its number 2 spot in the league. But whereas a victory would take them within 5 points of the front runners Waterhouse. A draw here would just see them 8 points off. 7 points off.
Michelin Harris, the most fouled player tonight by far.
I think Malcolm would be a little bit disappointed tonight with the service that he has gotten, George, because he's been in a good run of form in the past couple of weeks. Oh, good exchange play. Wilson, left-footed, blocked really, really well there.
Harvey's intervention there. Superb on that play.
Yeah.
He needed to be strong, and he was strong in the tackle to get the low block in.
Yeah, good exchange of passes there from Arnett. We haven't seen that kind of accuracy from them all night. There's Damari Deacon with a corner kick for Arnett. He's on for Fabian Reed, Damari Deacon. Goes to the top of the box, and Lamar Neal doesn't get a good connection on the ball.
He's past Christmas. He's saying Happy New Year.
Yeah, he's saying a lot more as well.
Peter Tosh should be proud. And just for the folks who don't know, there is a public ban, a ban on smoking in public in effect in Jamaica, but yeah.
Look how slowly McCalla is walking to the ball, George. Clear signs here that Mount Pleasant are okay with a point.
For sure.
Given how things have gone here tonight. Harvey.
From Mount Pleasant, a point away to Arnett Gardens is a very good point. In fact, a point away at this stage of the competition is a very good point. Doesn't matter the opposition.
Yeah. Ramon Reed. Neal. Malcolm gives the ball away. McCalla. Harvey. Throw to Arnett.
The Mount Pleasant fans are giving Jamil Harbier a lot of stick. You'd think the Arnett fans would have been doing so, but those are the fans. The fans in blue have been on his case since he came on.
Oh, deflection. Richie. Edwards goes wide, but Reed's first touch is poor. Fights back for the ball though. Sloppy play there by Isaacs. Whistle. Yellow card is coming out, it seems. The referee has gone to his pocket. And Benpo gets a yellow card. Wow. And he appears as if he's in agreement with the card. Let's see what happened here. Yeah, the ball left him and he still had a swipe at the ball.
Well, he's saying he slipped, and I agree with him. He really, at the crucial moment, lost his footing and went through Paul Wilson.
Fouls committed by Mount Pleasant players tonight, in 21 called by referee Costley.
Wow, 3 times as many as Arnett Gardens.
Malcolm gets this free kick. A 3-man wall set up. Arnett looking to win it here in the last couple of minutes. Malcolm just wide. He went pretty close there.
Second free kick from him, which didn't miss by much.
Well, had a lot of bend on it. Did come around. Came around in the end. He thought it was going in because he knew that he put a bit of a bend on it. But it just didn't bend enough here for Malcolm, who is about to have, if he doesn't score, his first scoreless match in 5 games for Arnett. We're told there'll be about 4 minutes added on for stoppages. So Arnett will appreciate the extended time. Benbow, that was hardware turning and missing. Lamar Neal. Deacon has a bit of a chase here, but Graham outmuscles him for the ball. Harris couldn't keep it. The Arnett fans will feel as if they're missing an opportunity here for 3 points. It's about 25 minutes. They would have played Mount Pleasant with 10 men, listing James off.
Yeah.
Deacon on the sprint. His cross inside finds Graham in the way. Four minutes added on for stoppages. Half a minute out of that 4 already gone, so 3.5 minutes for Arnett to score if they can. 3.5 minutes for Mount Pleasant to defend for a point. Wilson. Wow, Kevin Isaacs throws himself in the path of that shot. Brilliant goal! Kemal Malcolm! 5 goals in 5 matches! And the 30-year-old keeps his trend going. He has scored every match he has started for Arnett. And just a few minutes ago I said he would hope to keep that trend. And he does! Arnett in front in stoppage time.
I did tell you 1-0, didn't I? Lamar Neal dropped that on a penny for Kemal Malcolm. This is shot block. Look at Neal, runs to retrieve, gathers the ball, steadies himself, picks out Kemal Malcolm, a bullet header near post, no chance Kadeem Davis.
What a finish this is for the 5-time champions Arnett Gardens.
He just won the Man of the Match award. He just rescued this game. The look of a man whose plan has been foiled. Peter Gold, the Mount Pleasant chairman and owner.
McGregor gets rid of the ball. Only 4 goals last season for Kemal Malcolm. He's already struck 5, and we're not yet halfway through the season. And this man, who has been one of the key strikers when fit for Arnett Gardens, is seeming to find his form back. He has scored every match for Arnett that he has started. He has pretty much held the super sub role for several years now. But Alex Thomas has shown confidence in him in the past 6 weeks. He's been on the starting roster. And in his birth month of November, he scored almost every match he played in November. Scored in the Manning Cup Final 2008 when St. George's College won 2-0 over Jamaica College. And he has set up Arnett Gardens for a victory tonight. Here's his clearance. The crowd loving every play that Kemal Malcolm makes at the moment. And coach Alex Thomas wants to give Kemal Malcolm, the Arnett hero of the moment, an opportunity to embrace applause from the fans with what has been, we think, a stoppage time winner, because there can't be much time left here, maybe seconds. Kemal to Malcolm, the header to the near post, and he's left the field in triumph. The referee's final whistle goes. No, it's not the final whistle. It's about to go, though, I can tell you, because of 4 minutes time added on for stoppages. would have expired. Mount Pleasant in a rush to get something in the final moments here. Wow. Jawani Hines, substitute for Arnett, gives up a corner in the dying moments. We're heading to 5 minutes now into stoppage time. After 4 minutes, we're added on. Mount Pleasant trying to squeeze one here. Ladale Ritchie. Goal kick to Arnett, and that's going to be it, I'm sure. Can't be much more time left now. 4 minutes added on for stoppages. We're now going into the 6th minute of stoppage time. And Arnett, I think, can begin celebrating now. A fighting victory here tonight against the stubborn battle from Mount Pleasant. A win for Arnett tonight that will not be enough to displace Mount Pleasant in the second spot in the standings. They joined them with 25 points. But it's Mount Pleasant that has the superior goal difference. And Mount Pleasant will hold on to second spot in the table. And Arnett will have to retain the number 3 spot, but with a little bit more comfort, because they've moved up to 25 points now, 3 in front of 4th place Humberland. And Arnett Gardens posting their 7th win of the season and getting a Kemal Malcolm goal. That's been the difference tonight between these two teams. Hard fought, energetic game, not the best in quality, but Mount Pleasant's fighting effort amounts to 0 tonight because they scored no goals and they've picked up no points. Arnett, Malcolm, stoppage time strike from the Lamar Neal cross, and Arnett win it by 1-0. When we return, the post-match interviews and the game highlights.
Miss one bag of gold medal pan me up. Red stripe alone champion boy go. Pan up pour them a sing and tend to. Red stripe, watch out. Man, shall I get forward boy. Red stripe Premier League champion boy score. Every goal winner run from boy. Red stripe Premier League champion boy now. Back down we run marathon boy. The Red stripe Premier League champion boy. Yeah, yo.
So at the end here of the Tony Spalding Sports Complex, the Arnett Gardens fans are happy because they've snatched a late winner here from the head of Kemal Malcolm. Early in the piece, Edwards with a free kick. Reed turns this one in, but the assistant referee's flag had gone up. Reed doesn't understand why, but the goal called back. Early in the piece here, the ball did come off Liston James, and Reed finding himself free, side footing past goalkeeper Kadeem Davis. Edwards here with a fine free kick. Davis turns this one over the top as well. Arnett having an energetic first half here, but Davis solid in goal. Kipon Isaac stripped by Tamar Edwards. Free kick won here by Mount Pleasant. Evan Taylor's strike is punched over the top by the 19-year-old goalkeeper Shadim Rodriguez. So Mount Pleasant making Arnett know that they're in the match as well. A miss kick here from Webb. Beckford sends the ball through to Keslan Hall, who slides the ball wide. Mount Pleasant best chance of the match up to that point. Hall just goes wide there with the goalkeeper alone to beat. Had worked hard defensively. Here's Reed on the right here for Arnett. His cross inside deflected slightly, and Davis comes up with another fine save in goal for Mount Pleasant. The busier of the two goalkeepers tonight. Good build up here by Arnett. Wilson, but Isaac throws himself in the way there and blocks the ball. But here comes a cross here, and Malcolm with a header. 5 games in a row. Kemal Malcolm scores for Arnett Gardens, his 5th goal of the season, and Arnett's top goal scorer now with his 5 goals, ahead of Vishanul Harris with 4. And what a month of November he turned 30 years old, and at the start of December his form continues. Kamal Malcolm, 1-0 the scoreline for Arnett Gardens. They had 11 attempts at goal, 4 on target. Mount Pleasant fewer attempts on goal, 7, but 5 of them on target. 21 fouls in the match, 16 of them to Mount Pleasant players, 6 yellow cards delivered by referee Weston Costley, 4 of them to Mount Pleasant players, 2 to Arnett Gardens, 5 corners forced by Arnett, 2 by Mount Pleasant. Arnett had more time on the ball, 55% over Mount Pleasant, and George Davis is with our man of the match in field.
Thank you very much, Nan. So I'm here with Kamal Malcolm, our man of the match. He scored the only goal of the game. Kamal, this is yours. Tell me about the game. It was a tough game, especially in the first half, but, well, you came up with the goods at the end.
When you have Arnett Garden and Mount Pleasant playing, you can look for fireworks. 2 tough teams, tactical teams, but at the end of the day, I got the winning goal. I'm very grateful and very elated to lift my team today. As I always tell you, big games need big players, and I step up today for my team.
Did you know that the cross was coming into that section because you left your marker who was perhaps wondering where the ball was going? You seemed to be sure where the cross was coming.
As the ball left my teammate feet, I just ran to the front post. Yeah.
You're the leading goal scorer now, 5 on the season. You're in very, very good form.
Yeah, as I tell you, once I can stay injury-free, continue to work hard in training, once I get more playing time, I'm always going to score goals.
Congratulations to all the best.
Thank you very much.
Kamar, Tul Malcolm there, our man of the match, the match winner for Arnett Gardens. Walking into the shot now, Paul Davis. T got disappointment for you. You went down to 10 men and the task became harder after that.
Yeah, in a sense, as I said before, Arnett Gardens with Malcolm and Fabian, they came back and they put a punch to this team, and as you can see, you don't give guys them no half chance, and they took it. But I think my team, was a good game. My team played well, we didn't get chance, we must put them away, so I think the result was fairly,
You think 1-0 fair result based on what happened in the game?
Yeah, basically, because they are home and they show as a home team, with more position and thing, and I think we stood firm in the game, As I said, we got some chance.
Any given time, and Kamal Malcolm was at the end.
You're level on points with the second place team in the league. You're behind them on goal difference. But what does this say about where the Arnett Gardens project is at this point in time?
Good. The project is at a good stead, and we will just keep focused and keep working and push forward.
Congratulations again, Nelson.
Thanks so much. Any given time, and Kamal Malcolm was at the end.
You're level on points with the second place team in the league. You're behind them on goal difference. But what does this say about where the Arnett Gardens project is at this point in time?
Good. The project is at a good stead, and we will just keep focused and keep working and push forward.
Congratulations again, Nelson.
Thanks so much.